Hi, and welcome back to CAIRN Traveler, and to one of my favorite places in the world, Valley of the Gods. If you're new here, my name is Ruben, the channel is CAIRN Traveler. I'm an ER travel nurse currently on assignment at Fort Defiance, Arizona, and staying in Gallup, New Mexico. I travel full-time in a 25-foot Airstream travel trailer with my dog Hiker, and I'm here to hopefully inspire you by sharing our adventures and prompt you to seek your adventure to live a wide and full life. If you're enjoying this content, I would encourage you to subscribe, like, leave comments, comment, etc. Step 1, coffee. Okay, it's about 1:30. We're running about an hour behind, which I thought might happen. I just got off work and pretty tired. So we are going to quickly vacuum, clean the toilet, and then start putting little stuff away to get on the road. Hopefully be on the road by about 2, probably optimistically 2:15. See how it goes here. All right. Okay, bathroom's cleaned. Just gonna throw some of this stuff in storage. So that's gonna go in here. This is gonna go up here. Perfect. This is gonna unplug. We won't use this while we're boondocking anyway. Go in the closet. Guitar is gonna come down and just go on the bed like so. Alright, counter. I'm done making coffee. This is gonna go in here. Find some spot to put this away. Any sprayers like this, and I've got one in the bathroom, you want to make sure to close the spray nozzle, or all the shaking around will open it up. Alright, as far as securing the monitor for transport, I closed the blinds to provide some padding on the back. Use one of these Velcro strips to secure it. So I unplugged the power to give it a little bit more, otherwise it's stretched back here. I'm going to turn it around to face the blinds. There's a curtain rod down here that you can loop under. You want the felt side of the Velcro to face the monitor so you don't scratch the screen. And we're just going to come here through that opening in the window blinds. You want to bring that down so that's as far as you can back there. All right, tighten that down. Bring your Velcro up, and then bring that in. I stopped trying to secure the dehumidifier a long time ago. It's just going to slide around no matter what. But I do want this chair to be secure, so I'm going to go around the table pedestal, bring the chair in, use another one of these Velcro strips, which are pretty awesome for securing stuff. And then I'm just going to tighten down as best I can. And lock it in. And that's ready to go. Alright, as far as the shower, this is where I keep the water. The hanging stuff should be pretty good. I feel like this stays pretty much put. But I am going to put, I don't want these things to fall, so I'm going to put this water down in the basin of the tub. And hopefully that'll keep it from sliding and banging around too much. And there is a little lock on the shower right there that keeps this door from flying open. Alright, I'm just going to start a black tank purge while I take the trash out here. Alright, I'm going to start taking down my winter water hose setup. Use gloves if you're using fiberglass for this. Learn that the hard way. Alright, so I'm also going to shut off the propane and disconnect this big tank. Make sure all my tanks are closed. So this is actually hard connected into the tank, so I have to disconnect that right there. Alright, I kind of knew that would be one of the most annoying parts, getting the propane tank disconnected, but it's disconnected. I'm going to get these X-chocks taken down and the covers off. Alright, we are getting a whole lot of a late start, but it is about 3:45. Should be about 3 to 4 hours to Valley of the Gods, so I hope I can get there before sunset. I want to do a drone footage of the Airstream coming into Valley of the Gods. Got a full water tank. This is the first time, so hopefully that'll go okay. Kind of a rushed throw together, so hopefully I'm not forgetting anything. And yeah, super excited to be finally dry camping with the Airstream. So hope everything goes well. Got a few projects to do, and we'll see you up in Utah.
Anaheim, maybe not Anaheim, keep an open mind.
All right, so this is the morning of day 1 of 4 at Valley of the Gods. And we're just sitting out here enjoying the morning sun. Today's going to be more cloudy than the next couple of days. So I may get some projects done today and then plan on doing some photography stuff tomorrow. But yeah, I had a good trip out here. The Airstream towed well. First time towing with a full water tank. Felt a little bit heavier maybe, but didn't have any trouble. Went down a couple of very bumpy, and then this road, which was a very washboardy kind of road. And some things kind of shook around. I lost a bunch of, like a case of Mountain Dew cans rolled all over the place out of the cabinet, which is great. But otherwise, things pretty much held together pretty well. I've got to check out a few systems I haven't even used on the previous trailer, the R-Pod, which is the full water tank for one, the water pump, which pressurized the system pretty well, used the inverter to power a few things and recharge the laptop, and the furnace works, you know, off power, which is good. The fan's on. I just used it a little bit this morning to warm it up, but otherwise temps are, it's probably about 62 out here right now. It's supposed to get up to 72, and it was maybe mid-30s at the lowest last night. Pretty comfortable. Had plenty of blankets. Both the fridge and the water heater work well off power. They're on propane. I did empty one tank, which I didn't realize was that low. I probably should have checked them before I left. If the sensors are right, the other tank is full. Hopefully that'll last the next 4 days, but we'll see. Also got to check out this Solo stove. Had a nice fire last night, cooked a steak. Just sat here and enjoyed the fire and ate after kind of a long drive. So yeah, it was a really pretty night last night. I tried to shoot a little bit of it on the camera, but I don't think it showed up. It was too dark. It's a little bit busier here than I've seen it before. This is the same spot I've parked in the last couple of times. But there's a few rigs out here. It's not super busy, but more people than I've seen before, and we are going into the weekend, so maybe by Monday it'll empty out a little bit. But the plan is to, yeah, spend the next 4 days here just hanging out, having a good time. Hopefully the water and the power and the propane hold out for 4 days. We'll see how it goes. I really don't want to detach the truck. I'd rather just be able to pull out when we're done rather than rehitch. I will say the cell signal here is not great. With the cell booster, I have 4 bars of 3G, which is pretty slow 3G. But it's better than I've had here ever before. At least in this spot, there's a decent signal, which is good. So we ended up postponing the projects until the last day, which was supposed to be a cloudy day, and just had some great hiking. Awesome day. Just enjoyed the sun and the wind and the good temperatures. All right, we're here on about day 2 at Valley of the Gods in Utah. I am hand holding this shot as the tripod is way up there at the top of that ridge, getting a time lapse, which I tried for yesterday. Yesterday ended up a whole lot cloudier than I thought it was going to be. So the time lapse I wanted, which was kind of the dappled clouds over the plain, didn't happen. So trying for that again today. The projects for yesterday, mounting the vent cover and the shoe drawer, just got postponed. We ended up going for several small hikes anyway. So today's the project day, I think, and tomorrow we'll do a big hike out down the valley here. If you can see it, that right there is super washed out. That right there is a lady in a bathtub, and we're gonna hike down along here and see if we can find the spot we were at before a couple years ago. Super pretty day, kind of intermittently cloudy today. Tomorrow's supposed to be sunnier. Got super windy last night, so couldn't have a fire. So looking forward to one tonight. I don't see wind on the forecast. It is Sunday out here, and I think the traffic, there's still quite a few cars coming through, but probably by tomorrow the traffic may let up a little bit and things will be a little quieter. So we'll just see how it goes. All right, we're gonna install this vent cover For the fan, I believe what we've got here is what they're calling a clamp. Okay, so I'm going to zip through the project day, which was day 2 here. We finished up the project, and I even started the drawer project. I saved these for the last day, which was a cloudy day. Unfortunately, we didn't finish it because a winter storm kind of came in and the roads got too iffy. But I'll show this in a separate video, but I just want to show a quick video here and then jump back to Valley of the Gods. So hopefully you can enjoy that, and this will be a longer segment in a separate video. I look forward to that coming within the next week here. Pretty nifty. I like it.
Yeah. Installed.
All right, so this is day 3 at Valley of the Gods. Beautiful day out today. Pretty sunny, pretty windy too. But today's plan is to hike down that gorge way up to the rim right there. And so this is Cedar Mesa up at the top here. So we're gonna hike down that gorge, probably come out of the gorge before it dead ends, and hike all the way to the canyon wall, and hopefully do some drone footage out there. Doing pretty well otherwise so far. We Hiker and I did a hike up to the ridge near where we're camped this morning to pick up the time lapse that I just left up there. And then went for a quick run with the Couch to 5K program I'm doing. So already had kind of a busy morning. Tomorrow should be a fairly laid back day, just gonna finish up that shoe drawer I've been working on and hopefully get some of the editing ready for next week when I get back to Signal, or this week. And I may get out the bike and or detach the truck and do a GPS mapping of the road for anybody interested in camping out here. Everything's going well so far. The water tank is at 75%, and like I say, we're like a day and a half left, which has done pretty well. Haven't taken like a full shower, so there's that. I kind of just rinse my feet off and, you know, spot wash. But yeah, pretty good. Happy with that. The propane tank, like I said, I ran out of one early into the trip. I have no idea how full it was. It was probably down at the bottom. The second one is at 90% as of this morning, and that's with the water heater and the fridge on propane all the time. The water heater only comes on sporadically to warm up the tank, and it's kept up the heat just fine. So we're doing well. Got plenty of food, water, beverages, stuff left. So yeah, having a good time. We'll see you along the way. All right. We're coming to the first bifurcation or branch off in the canyon here. We're taking the right side. Eventually this side comes to a dead end. There's kind of like a box canyon at the end where the water has made kind of a lip and it's too hard to get over, so we'll have to get up out of there at that point. But yeah, I think last time this was about an 8-mile round trip, but we'll see. I'll take you up here to the branch point. I just love these hikes in the canyon though. Or gorge. I don't know if it's canyon or gorge, but whatever the technical term is for it. I would love to come out here with a geologist and just walk around and let them kind of explain things and what rocks are what and which layers they came from. You can see the mesa wall up kind of to the left there. Way up there. And it kind of reminds me of Sedona, how it's got the white layer at the top and then the red layer down at the bottom. All right. So here's the first branch. You can see how it goes that way and that way. And there This lady in a bathtub or the top of it. That's one thing we're trying to drone today. So that should be pretty cool. I want to do a point of interest view where it sweeps around that. So there's kind of perpendicular gorges here. This one goes down that way and that one goes that way. And they both come to the canyon wall, but at different points. This one will take us kind of in the corner next to some of those other rock formations. So that's kind of where we want to go today. Yeah. Still super pretty out here, getting a little bit warmer. I found it's usually as warm as it's gonna be by about 1 or 2. And we're right at 12 right now. It's just gorgeous. All right. So I'll hit you up again later. We're gonna keep hiking for now. These kind of areas where the canyon walls start to get a little steeper. It reminds me of the Narrows at Zion National Park. And also some areas around the river at Bandelier, down in the canyon. There's some areas that are a lot like this. But it gets so interesting when the walls get this high, kind of imposing. All right, we are coming up on the first kind of blockage in this gorge here. Like I say, this is kind of a lip where the water has left an edge, making it more of a box canyon here. One of the things I love about walking through these canyons is it's like, I've said this before probably, but it's like walking through like an old forgotten ruin, like some old castle where there's fallen roofs and pillars, and just like some place people forgot about. The wind's pretty up today, but normally this would be pretty quiet in here. Pretty echoey too. So I think you can see there's not a way to get up easily. This stuff is pretty much all sandstone at this layer, and it's not a good idea to try to climb on it. It just falls apart. I think I've heard their monsoon season is August to September. I don't know if there'd be water here or not, but the snow's pretty much gone from the mesa, so I don't think we're going to see much more from that. But yeah. All right, gonna find a way up here. Look at those walls though, isn't that crazy? There's plenty of flat hiking out here too, but not a lot of like specific trails. There's the road that's like a 17-mile road that goes through Valley of the Gods, but as far as I know, there's not like specified trails out here. When we've been here before, we usually just end up picking a direction and walking each day. But you've got a couple of these big gorges that you can hike in. And then up above on the rim up here, once you get up, there's plenty of flat hiking too. But I will say it's a lot of, the dirt out here is real powdery and loose. So it's kind of like walking in sand. Like if you were at the beach on the dunes the whole time. So it can get a little tiring just from that, because you don't get a good foothold. As I remember, this right here is how we get up. Let me check this. I think it's from the side over here. I remember it being really close to the dead end. Yeah, this looks right. So I think up here, along there, and then we go way up to that point up there, and we can get up. I'm gonna put the camera away for that though. I'll see you back at the top. All right, hiker and I just made it up that. Ran into some briar bushes around there. He did a good job. Sometimes he gets kind of spooky about climbing spots like that when his claws start to go. Well, we're up on this first layer here, and I think it's okay to take the camera. Went through the hard part. So we're just a little up above that canyon there. Yeah. So then we just kind of do a rock scramble up here. And we will be up top. I don't know what kind of birds those are. Almost look like an eagle. Had a white head to it, I think. Maybe not. All right. I have never seen any like scorpions or snakes or anything like that out here, but I've always been here when it's cooler. This is March 20 something. And I was here before in December and then in January, I think. And now we're up on top. Isn't that wild? So we're headed out that way. Gonna see if we can drone that. It's a little flat hiking for now. We'll hike along the rim of this gorge. And there's the rig way out there. And that's the ridge we hiked up to this morning. All right, gonna keep going. See if I can get you some footage of that that lip from up top here. All right, this is that dead end we saw from before. A little windier up here than it was down the canyon. Crazy, huh? Woo! We're gonna keep following that canyon that way. See you in a bit. So this is up above that first lip from the other side, right down there. You can kind of see it creates several down this channel. There's another one here, another one up there. I think it's, most of this rock here is real porous and sharp, real volcanic looking. I don't know if that was a factor around here or not. I don't know of any volcanoes in this area, but yeah. I think this is cool too, where it starts a new layer of rock that's a little bit different. This is a little bit harder than the typical sandstone that's around here. There's another little lip up there, and then it'll continue. It's kind of like a bed of cobblestone. So we're getting close to the lady. Tell you, this has been a beautiful trip. Good getaway. And we still got all day tomorrow, and then I'll probably start packing up tomorrow night, and then get on the road tomorrow morning. I got to work tomorrow night again for another stretch of 5. So yeah, hopefully get back around noon tomorrow. I got to stop by the car wash on the way back in and get some more propane too for the other tank. So this kind of continues like this, about this shallow, the rest of the way up to the cliff wall. We're just gonna follow it in. Look at these grooves and formations here from like rocks coming through here. Crazy. Just love this area. It's so pretty. I don't remember if these formations have a name. I'm hoping to try drone past there too, so we'll see. I've got all the batteries with me, so hopefully they'll hold out and we'll get some good stuff. All right, gonna keep hiking. Probably see you back at the base of Lady in a bathtub there. So originally I wasn't thinking to go up on this, but now I'm thinking there may be a route up right there where those huge boulders are, that I can get up all the way up there and then drone from the top. So we'll see how it goes, but this whole thing, all those terraces, like I don't know that you have to start way at the end. So we'll see how this goes. Alright guys, you probably can't hear me even with the little dead cat on this mic, but yeah, we just came up that. Pretty much caused a landslide pretty easy, so we picked our steps pretty careful. It's going to be interesting getting down, but we'll get there. Everything's super crumbly, real loose soil too. The rocks down at the bottom are the size of cars. So we're up at the base of the Lady in a Bathtub, but I was hoping to drone this for you. It's messing even with the gimbal, but yeah. It's too windy. It's going to knock the drone like it's knocking the camera. It's crazy. Alright, I'd like to take you for a walk out there. We'll see if it'll hold up. I don't know if it will. We'll see if there's anything I can do with the drone out there. Alright, we'll see if this camera doesn't get completely knocked by the wind as soon as I walk out from behind this edge here. It's a pretty wild little ridge here. I was out here before and made it to one of the lower terraces here, but I don't think I could ever get up on, not even this one, but the one before it. So we were down there somewhere. I was with Hiker. You can kind of see where there's that gray gravelly stuff. I think that's the level we were at, but I could never find a way up. So this is pretty cool. It's the highest we've been on this rock formation. It gets to be almost like a knife edge up here. Not quite, but a little bit. So hoping this camera doesn't get knocked to heck, but I'm carrying the drone and the propellers just started to spin. Not like it's on, like the wind's spinning them. You can see the Airstream way out there. So I believe that formation to the right there is called the Bell. The two little ones that are where we're camped near, I don't know that they have a name. So yeah, it's getting pretty narrow here. Down there. Pretty wild. I wish the wind would let up. It's gonna suck a little bit if I can't drone. That's one of the big things I was looking forward to out here. Wow. Yeah, so I think this this lower one where this kind of tapers off, the lower ridge, is the one we could never get up on before. So I know I was down there on that that lower rim. All right, we're gonna try the drone. Hope I don't lose it. See if this works. Pretty wild. That is Lady in a Bathtub. Alright, just tried the drone out here, but it got knocked around so much that it's going to be useless to try to get any drone stuff, at least from this point. So we could hope that tomorrow's going to be better. It's supposed to be cloudy all day tomorrow, which is why I was kind of saving it for a do-nothing day. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. I think the wind is coming straight off the mesa up there. So for now, given that there's nothing for it but to pack up and try to head back down. I could possibly be able to drone around those two areas. See, it's knocking the camera again. Drone around those two areas down there, but we'll see. Not keeping my hopes up on that one. Really wish this had not been a windy day. Really looking forward to drone. But you can't change what is. It doesn't change the fact that it is a beautiful day, and we're gonna enjoy it. And now we gotta get down that back to the base and then go out there. I'm gonna turn this off because it's just gonna knock this camera around all over the place. So we'll see you again in a bit. Okay, amazingly we made it back down that without causing a landslide. No small feat. Probably won't do that again. All right, we are headed now down there. See you again in a bit. Got some cows out there. Never seen cows here before. This is also the greenest I've seen it, believe it or not. Pretty cool. All right, we're here, coming kind of close to the canyon walls. Probably about another mile to go till we're there. But we finished with Lady in a Bathtub. Again, I don't know what these two formations to the right are, but kind of cool. There's some cows. You can see hoof prints out here. There's some cows way out there. And this is the gorge that would come along there. So yeah, doing pretty good. It's a little dicey getting down from Lady in Bathtub. You probably saw that. No, it's just easy going. I will say that my legs are starting to get tired doing this. Like I said, it's like walking in sand the whole time. So it's just kind of a workout. So I've wondered for a long time if there's a opening in this little hill here towards up and behind there where it's flattens out again. So I think we'll climb up there and figure out what's going on. And yeah, it's a really pretty day. Still windy, but I think it'll be less wind as we get into this corner of the canyon here. All right, so we're coming up over that little ridge right here. Kind of cool, you can see the moon out. And sure enough, it does look like you could get over here. So this is kind of what we saw from the backside of our girl up there in the bathtub. Still pretty windy up here. A little bit of a valley down below. And that, boy, that's a crazy wind. See if we can see anything more up here. So it looks like that point we just came up is the lowest point. Yeah. So that's kind of the saddle point. I wonder what that little random discolored area is. It's kind of a little mound there. Weird. You can see Valley of the Gods Road way out there. That's the loop road. And gonna keep walking that way. You can see down there things are really starting to green up. We've got a few things. I don't know what that is, but green, and this, which I believe is cliff rose, is getting little green buds on it. It's got some spiky bits you gotta worry about. And this is Mormon tea. This is probably the greenest stuff out here right now. But yeah, you can see the bedrock of the end of that gorge that we were following. Goes right in through there. When I was here in the winter, there was water coming down there. I think it was probably just melted ice, not like an actual water source. But yeah, super pretty. So we're kind of at the base of those two formations. Crazy. Got this massive boulder right here. Size of a couple cars. But yeah. As I recall, as you get closer to the wall, we've got kind of some cooler big boulders there. But it should be pretty sweet. Coming up on the boulder field here. Look at that. Most of them the size of your car. Still pretty windy. I would have thought we'd stop getting so much of it by now, but maybe not. Kind of felt like it was coming, the wind was coming off the top of Cedar Mesa. And I thought once we kind of passed this ridge we'd be shielded and it would go over us too, but I don't know. Wild, huh? Crazy. There's shards of this stuff all around. It's got this real red brick look to it. And I don't know what it is. That's why I'd love to walk around with a geologist. And I kind of thought it was agate, but another shard of it. It appears kind of crystalline, but yeah, I don't know. We're just making our way through these boulders. There's a little bonsai tree on top there. This being a Monday, the road was still pretty busy, probably busier than it had been over the weekend, which is kind of weird. But that's a really red piece right there. Hey, look at that. Random. Yeah, the road was really busy, which I would have thought it would tone down for the weekday, but guess not. And aside from that, though, highly recommend this place as far as like if you want somewhere off the beaten path with not a lot of traffic. Like I said, there's not really overt trails out here. You just pick a direction. But I haven't seen anybody all day. I think people generally just drive through here and camp alongside the road. And you can see, I think that's actually us right down there. But I think it's just drive and camp along the road, and nobody really gets out here to hike. So it is a beautiful hiking spot. I may come back in the spring or later in the summer and see if it's a whole lot greener out here. Like I said, I've only been here in the winter, and it'd be nice to see it in spring. Isn't that cool? All right. we're gonna keep trekking, and we'll see you again in a bit. It's just beautiful out here. You can still see the glint of the Airstream way out there. We're almost a little over 5 miles. Pretty crazy. It's hard to keep track of distances in the desert. Things look closer than they are. We've got kind of a balancing rock thing going on here. There's a lot more of these big boulders as we get closer to the end of this canyon here. So we are coming up over and into the final corner of the canyon here. I'm trying to remember where I went before. I climbed up this because this is where I was looking to see if there was a water source up here. And went pretty far up. I don't really remember how far up though. Yeah, I wanted to find the place I was before though. I marked it with a little pile of rocks. Well, we'll see if we can find it. Look at all these boulders coming in here. Isn't that wild? They're huge. There's parts of the cliff falling off, I guess. You got one standing up over there. So we've just been kind of following this gorge here from a little bit above. And as I recall, this is where it kind of dead ends, although you can make your way up. It's not terribly steep. And then keep going that way. So that's the way we're gonna head. But I think I'll try to stay up here on the edge in case the dead end becomes a little more complicated. Can't wait to make it to that big rock up there. So we found a bit of an interesting spot here. Just like a big cedar. It's here. Nice little bit of shade. There's almost like a little cave to pass through here. I feel like I remember this from before. And yeah. Kind of cool. We're getting close. Still got a ways to go though. Yeah, I remember this spot. It sounds like stair steps or cobblestone. Alright, gonna keep heading. See you up there in a bit. And I believe I see what we've been looking for. I made a little pile of that red stone on top of this big rock, looking out over the valley. And here it is. I put this there 2 years ago now, 2019. And here we are, full circle, looking at the same spot. I guess the travel nurse thing worked out, huh? I picked up a few extra pieces we're going to add to it here, and then continue our little exploration. All right, we are up next to that huge house-sized rock. Look at that. Wild, huh? Just looking back where we came from. The wind's a little sheltered in here, which is nice. Yeah. I'd like to keep going further, but we've kind of got this in the way. There's not a great way up. I may just have to push through the brambles over there. We'll see. Hiker's doing a great job keeping up though. Heck, you doing okay? You tired? He's had a long day. So we're coming up to the base now. I think we'll hit a point where we can't really get any further. Wild. Hiker's still doing an awesome job. All right, let's keep going. So we're almost there. One more boulder to climb right here. We might can make it to that second shelf up there, but you'd have to make your way along this. If anything, maybe right there you could get up. It looks pretty dicey though. I don't think so. Look at that view. Yep, that's it. Look at that. One big white rock right in the middle. Yeah, no, I don't think so. I don't even see a safe way up on that. All this rock just falls apart. There's nothing to like trust for footing or hand grabs. If it was more solid, I'd try. All right. This is it. What do you think, bud? That is something. I think I'll get off the drone and see if I can fly at all. See what happens. It's not too bad up here, but I feel like it's probably still windy out there. We'll see. Awesome. I'm going to drop a few rocks in this spot. They'll probably get washed away, but yeah, pretty awesome. Okay, so we're back down. We were up here as we came up to that high point, and there's that pillar of a rock. We are gonna make our way down, and then take a little rest when it flattens out here, get some water, and then head back to home. All right, we stopped down here at the base. We were just way up there, and now we're down here on the desert floor again. Kind of warm. I feel like the breeze has died down a little bit. It may become more after we pass that arm right there. But I figured I'd try the drone one more time, fly it a little low and see what happens. So we are down. Hiker and I had a little break and had some water, had some food, chilled out for a second, shot a little bit more drone footage. So ready to keep going. We're at about mile 7. There's probably about 3 more miles to go to home. So yeah, it's been a good day. The wind's died down, but I'm out of drone batteries anyway. I got some pretty good drone footage up that way. And yeah, it's been a good day. We're gonna get back, have a steak, maybe 2, and call it a night. Have a bonfire. I need to do that too. Yeah. So for today, we made it up that far on Lady in a Bathtub. Hiked right under these 2 big boys. And then made it way up to there, to the highest point we could reach. Did some drone stuff up there. And now headed home across the plain. Great day. So here we have the point where this kind of cobblestone wash becomes the actual canyon gorge. I think this is where I usually have to make the call to either go down into the canyon and hike down there, which you can do. Go to here, down there, or whether we just hike along the rim. And I think for the most part, I don't know, it may be fun to hike down there. We're losing the light. Let's hike up top. We'll keep an eye on the canyon. But I like being down there. All right. spooked the cows. They were over here. There's a baby. Let's see if they follow the black one. Yeah. I don't know what hiker would do with cows. So we got about a mile before we get home. And home is right there. We started today on top of that ridge. And then we ended up on top of that. There was about 2 more terraces before you get up to the actual rock formation there. And then we ended way up there. It's been a good day. Now to home. So we're getting close. This is that first kind of canyon lip here that we can't get past. So you have to find another way down if you were going to follow the canyon. It's a little steep. Yep. Hiker's dragging. It's been a long day for him, but we're almost home. There's home right over there, and there's the road. You coming, bud? We're almost home. I know you're pooped. Okay, so Hiker and I just got back from a lengthy 10-mile hike up to the canyon wall for Cedar Mesa. So I just washed my feet, which lately has been the only thing I've needed to wash, but they get all grimy in the shoes. Yeah, it hasn't been hot enough to like really sweat or get dirty out here, so yeah, just washed the feet, changed out of my hiking pants, and now I am going to make dinner. But this is our little camp. Welcome. The solar panels had my lithium power bank about to 94%, I think. And it was a pretty sunny day, so it should be good for charging the laptop and whatnot. And gonna make a fire. The wind has died down pretty well, and gonna cook some steaks. So I thought I'd show off too the awning for the Airstream, which is electric. Hoping I'm not killing the battery with this, which I don't need, you know, the awning right now, but it is nice for the light. There's an LED light up here as it gets darker. So there's the over the door light, and there's the light up there. Yeah, pretty cool, huh? So now to season up some steaks. Get this underway. I think I need a wind guard for that. All right, it's still a little windy out here, and this is kind of flaming, so I don't want it to hit the awning, so I'm gonna bring that in just a little bit. You can leave it partially out, so you still get the light. To do that, you just start the close, and then you should be able to hit the close again when it's close to the top here. You'd think I put gasoline or something on that fire, but I didn't. So like that, you can stop it, you still have the light. It's pretty nice. It's actually nice and warm. It's a little chilly out here. All right, we're up to about 300. What usually happens with this, as soon as you open it, it's gonna blow out the flame. So then you have to start it up again. steaks. I'm just gonna hit the starter again, make sure that we're still on. Goodness. This is one reason why when you're in a dry area with wind, you don't want to use anything that has like leaves or particulates that could fly out. So right now this is just flames, it'll die down, but there's nothing that can fly and spark anything else, and there's just dirt in the immediate vicinity around this, so it works pretty well. Pretty happy with the Solo Stove. Yeah, it works well. Contains stuff, which is the whole reason I got it before coming out here, because I knew wind could be a problem, and I knew it was dry, and I didn't want there to be any stuff flying around. So it contains it better than just a fire ring with stones like that's over here. Fucking hard. I've actually got some mixed vegetables that went bad before I could use them. I knew kind of when I got them they were not the best quality. They were kind of on the end of the life cycle. Anyway, I'm going to throw that in here. Let's see if that'll put down on this a little bit. Yeah. What you doing? So despite the clouds, we get a bit of a sunset here. All right, steaks should be done. Turn our grill off here. It's got some onions on the grill too. Smells good. All right, now ready to enjoy our fire and sit down and have a nice night. All right, nothing like some old-time radio while we're eating. So let's dial up some Fibber McGee and Molly.
The Johnson Wax Program with Fibber McGee and Molly. The makers of Johnson's Wax products.
Nice night. So it's about noon on day 4. This was the day that was supposed to be cloudy, and it certainly is. Look at that. We've got a little bit of a sprinkle going on here, not too bad. A real downpour out here. There's a sign that says this road would be impassable, and I believe it. Yeah, just that cloud rolling in over the mesa there. It's pretty crazy. It's clear back this way. But yeah, just gonna enjoy a quiet day 4. Kind of halfway get packed up tonight, and then be ready to set out in the morning. So it's about 1:30. Look at that storm rolling in. Crazy. It's supposed to start raining around 3, I think. It's still sprinkling now. Wild. It's just a real quick visual tour here. I just thought I'd point out some of the peaks and buttes that are out here. This one out here is called Scotchman Butte. The formation way back there, it's kind of almost pillars on top, but it's called Seven Sailors. This is Setting Hen Butte and Rooster Butte out here. There's a Pyramid Rock or Butte that's somewhere out that way, but I don't know which one it is. We've got Battleship Rock right here. This, of course, is a Lady in a Bathtub. The 2 formations back here, I've looked on a bunch of maps. I can't find names for them. So, as far as I know, they're unnamed. This peak and this peak don't seem to have names either, but that is Bell Butte. So just some of the ones that are named around here. Pretty cool. So just did a walk with Hiker, and after a little further thought, I think I'm gonna just call an audible and pack up early. I'd intended to stay through tonight, but the storm you can see behind me is rolling in a little faster than I thought. It's supposed to be over 40% chance of rain, so it's gonna be more than just what it's doing now. And it's supposed to be wet straight in until tomorrow morning when we're trying to pack up. So I do have to work tomorrow night. I don't want to try to get out of here with the road being super muddy. So I think I'm gonna make some final cuts to get the shoe drawer ready to be done, and then pack things up and try to get moving here before it gets too wet and we get no amount of 4-wheel drive is gonna help you in mud. Like, it's just gonna be a hot mess. So we're gonna get things going here, and we will see you back on the road. I just wanted to show our final levels, and I think the propane tank was at about 70. All right, so we are packed up and ready to go home. I just did a walk around for the trailer. Everything looks good. Propane's off, pump's off. Should be okay. It's supposed to get even rainier this afternoon, so, and being that I have to get out here this morning or tomorrow morning for work, I don't want to leave when it's all muddy. Being that it is rainy, there won't be any hiking this afternoon. Can't have a fire, can't grill out, stuff like that. So might as well head back, and hopefully I don't scrape the back of the Airstream trying to get out of this spot. There's a little bit of a curb here. So see how it goes, and see you at home. So these were the road conditions driving out. I think if it had one more day, it would have absolutely been impassable. So good thing we left early. Like I said, there wasn't a whole lot to do that last day.